Welcome back. I think I'm going to call this little series Imperfect Cooking because nothing I do is perfect. And I think that sometimes people are afraid to try to cook or to bake or any of the things because they think it's hard or they think they can't do it. And I think that there are a lot of really amazing people on the internet that have fancy videos, nice videos. They tell you, how to do things. They teach you how to do things. I have some favorites I will share along the way. But maybe there's a space for someone who, my kitchen is not always clean. And I don't have makeup on all the time, like most of the time if I'm not going somewhere. And I am a really messy cook. I used to be a Pampered Chef teacher or salesperson and teacher. I taught people how to cook meals through Pampered Chef, right? And I would tell people don't sit near me because it's definitely the splash zone. I am very messy. It just is what it is, right? I'm not perfect like what it seems like a lot of people are on the internet. And I think while the intention is good, like I would love to produce perfect videos and perfect whatever's to teach y'all how to do stuff. But I wonder if that's intimidating when it seems perfect. So I'm going to do a little bit of a series of imperfect cooking. And today we're going to start with, I had a friend reach out to me and she wants to learn sourdough. And I had let my sourdough starter die a little bit ago because life got in the way. It's easy to keep a sourdough starter alive. You just put it in the fridge. But I didn't even do that. And so it died. So we're going to restart. I'm going to redo a starter. I'm going to start another starter. It's so easy. And there are so many people who are afraid to start a starter. So I thought this was a perfect place to start. Get it? So what we're going to do is my favorite jar to keep my starter in is these Weck jars. It has like a flat lid, which I'm going to have to find my lid. It's somewhere. I don't know. It's around here somewhere. It has like a flat lid that is not as tight of a seal. And so it is really good for a sourdough starter. It comes with these little like metal clips. If you want it to have a tight seal, you can use the metal clips to hold it down. But in the purpose of a sourdough starter, you don't want it to be that tight. So just setting the lid on top works really well. So this is my favorite jar. You can use any jar. The first starter that I had was just in a regular mason jar. And we took the lid and the silver part on the inside, turn it upside down and then close the lid. And that gives a little bit of airflow. You can also put a little bit of cloth over it instead. There's lots of options. We don't have to buy all of this expensive stuff. Like that's another barrier to just getting in the kitchen. So don't go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Buy stuff as you need it or as you discover that it really is something that you're going to use a lot. So one thing I do recommend, but you don't have to have it, but I do recommend a kitchen scale. You can get them for, I don't know, $10 or $15 maybe. They're very cheap. I've had this one for forever. Just when you're starting the starter, you want the measurements to be pretty even. But once the starter is going, it doesn't matter as much. So I'm going to zero it out on grams. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 133 grams. It can be any amount. I'm just using 130. Actually, I'll probably do 113. I'm just going to pour some flour in here. Let's just do that. I'm going to make it even easier. That's 88. I do want to make sure that there's enough. So I've got about 105 grams of flour because I just poured it until it was about, a little less than a quarter of the way. Okay. Now I'm going to zero it out again. Okay. And I'm going to pour the same amount of water, spring water, not water from your tap. Your tap water has chloramines or chlorine in it that kill the bugs, which are what you need for sourdough starter. So you want spring water, okay? And I'm going to do the same amount. Okay, and I ended up with 110 grams. Oops! So I'm just going to add some flour to even it out. Okay. So now the other thing that I do have that is a tool that I purchased for sourdough is this sourdough spatula, whatever. I just happen to love it. I started with a wooden spoon. You don't have to buy the tools, but you can. So you just mix it up. It's going to be kind of thick. Like this is thicker than normally I would have my sourdough starter once it gets going. But the reason you want it extra thick in the beginning is because you want it to have plenty of food. So if you look, it's pretty, I don't know if you can see it. It's like very thick pancake batter, okay? And then all we're going to do is we're going to put the lid on this. We're going to leave it on the counter. And every day I'm going to discard about half of it, add some more flour, add some more water until it starts to bubble. So I'll keep you updated.